I'm Benes, and I would love you to ask one question. What is the most important question that defines your life? And I was thinking what kind of lesson I could share as a first day, and I would love to share a knowledge about the shopping list. I learned this lesson from my dad, and I think that this lesson is one of the most important lessons I have learned in my life. Because this lesson is about taking action and not procrastinating. Today I want to share a lesson about the mindset, about having, doing, and being. No knock. Who is there? Success. A lot of people believe that success one day will show up and knock at their doors. And today I would love to share my thoughts about paying the price. Hi. Today I would love to share a lesson about persistence and giving 100%. Teacher, coach, and a mentor. Three people, three influences that I believe that everyone's supposed to have in their lives. Today I would love to share a thought about intentional positivity and how I see it. Hi, I have a question for you today. What do you want to do when you will grow up? How to make things happen? That's a very good question, and I would love to share my perspective on how to parent and how to allow your kids to make better decisions for themselves. A lot of times people think that if you want to gain some wisdom, you're supposed to go to elderly to ask for advice. But when you realize that a lot of times age and wisdom doesn't walk together, you can't change the direction of your life overnight, but you can change your destination of your life overnight. Don't believe what other people say, what you are capable of. Today I want to share my personal story. Today's question is how you stand out. There's a lot of different ways to stand out, but today I would love to speak about the importance of difficult days and the impact of those days. Today I want to share about how to be the best supporter for a person who is sharing their dream with you. Today I would love to speak about importance of mentorship. Budget. What budget truly means. Most people, including myself, when they hear word budget, they think about money budget. But there is at least extra two budgets. Yesterday we talked about time budget. Today we speak about influence budget, and tomorrow we'll speak about money budget. Yesterday I was speaking about budget of influence. A day before I was speaking about time budget, and today I want to speak about the last budget, so it's money budget. Hi. Imagine that I'm asking you to tell me your story. Delayed gratification. All successful people that I know have mastered it because they know that if you want to have money and time in the future, you need to invest time and money now. Today I want to share a knowledge about cars and about two different garages. I would love to brainstorm about what means uncomfortable and how people deal with it. Today I want to share about the power of words. Because there's a saying that words are the currency and they could change the world. Today I would love to speak about a very big topic, how to care for people. Yesterday we talked about part one of how to care for people. So we went through, and a lot of times people do bad things, not because they're bad, but because they are starving for attention. How to encourage people. Now it's a very interesting topic because a lot of times when the people think about encouraging people, they think about that they need to provide some kind of solutions. How to be happy. I found that a lot of people don't ask this question and they accept their life, not define their life. How to solve problems. If you are living and breathing, most likely you have some kind of problems that you want to fix. I have them, you have them, everyone have them. What kind of person will you become in 5 years? What you're currently working on to become the person that you want to become. How to get a job, and how to get a job at your dream company with your dream job. How to land a dream job. Yesterday we talked about how important it is to ask for help. Don't make your urgencies your priorities. How to make people to act on your ideas. Be careful what you listen to. This is one of the biggest advice they got from my business coach. Imagine coming to a fireplace, extending your hands and say, "Give me some heat." Of course, you will not get some heat because you need to put first logs and make the fire to get some heat. Do you work hard or do you do the hard work? A lot of times people think that's just totally the same thing, but I could tell you right away, it's totally different. When was the last time you upgraded your operating system? I don't speak about your PC, I don't speak about your tablet or your phone. I speak about the most important operating system in your life. I speak about your 6 inches between your ears. Yesterday we were talking about similarity between the operating system in a laptop and operating system between your ears. What does mentorship means to you? That's a very interesting question. Of course, a lot of times people think that mentor is something very general. A lot of people have never had a mentor and have no idea what mentorship means. Are you a leader or are you a hiker? That's the decision that you need to make by yourself. Do you have a vision board? Now, I truly believe that vision board is very, very important. Magic lamp and genie. I think that you have heard that story about the magic lamp, genie, Aladdin. Have you ever thought about it? There is a difference between sight, what you see, and an insight of the wisdom. Wherever you are, be there. It's an interesting saying because a lot of times when we are physically in one location, but we are told different place in our mind. What do you do during holidays? A lot of times people see holidays as laying down and just enjoying themselves. Have you ever thought about changing your association, your friends, your influence? Have you ever failed? That's a very interesting question, and most people feel some kind of weird feeling about the word failure. What is your stepping stone? Or do you have a stepping stone? How much do you read? And do you read at all? A lot of times people say I'm reading articles, I'm reading the information about my work, but do you really read something that elevates your thinking, changes your perspective? Why is it important to read books? Yesterday we started talking about it and I shared how I read books, how I take my notes, and how I transfer to my notebook. How often do you sabotage your own day? What I mean by that is that a lot of times something happened in a day for a few minutes and we think that a whole day is bad. What does abundance mean? This topic is very, very important. I'm very, very passionate about it, this topic, because this is everything what we do and how we live. Why do people choose to suffer? That's an interesting question because most people think that suffering is coming from external sources. Have you ever felt joyful and uncomfortable at the same time? Because I did, and a lot of times. 2022 is coming, and of course, the question is, do you have your New Year resolution written down? When was the last time you asked, do you climb the right ladder? Now, a lot of times people choose careers for wrong reasons. What are you fired up about? This is a very interesting topic and I could speak about it a lot because so many men and women have lost their way. How many life-changing decisions you have made in your life? Now, we need to understand there is a difference between decisions and choices. What do you think is the most important skill in your life? You can think for a second, but I truly believe that courage is the most important skill in everyone's life. A couple of years ago, I was sitting in a Starbucks and just drinking my morning coffee, and it was quite weird morning. I had some kind of reflection. Have you ever tried to surf? A lot of people could say, no, I have never surfed. This year I was sitting at my home on October 26th, and I was really reflecting on all the things that I achieved so far. Is your dream is truly your dream? I have failed quite a few times with this because I used to start working on someone else's dream and I realized that it's not my dream, so I needed to move out and go back to my own dream. Today I want to go over 4 levels, 4 layers that what you need to do to go through to become excellent whatever they do. Today is the last day of the year. Today is the last lesson of the year. It's a very exciting day. And of course, I want to share not a lesson per se, but just to share my thoughts about the last day of the year. January 1st. Yesterday was 2021, today is 2022. It's only one day difference, but when you think about the mindset, there is a huge difference because yesterday was the end, today is the beginning. Do you know which nation is the poorest nation in the world? I will give you 5 seconds to think about which nation is the poorest nation in the world. When was the last time you went to see your doctor? Of course, that is a pretty sad question. There is saying that there is 2 things that is guaranteed in life, death and taxes. Everyone enjoys pleasure. Do you enjoy pleasure? I truly believe that everyone enjoys pleasure because it's joyful, it elevates our energy. How to get more energy, confidence, and courage? Those are very important questions because I feel that most people are struggling with those three things. How committed you are? Commitment. Is this word is a big word for you? I truly believe that commitment is very, very important to anyone's life. Today is one of my favorite topics, food. There are so much different cuisines, kitchens that you're able to tap into. Have you ever thought about moving to other city, country? And why you think that moving could be a good option for you? I'm a huge believer in moving. When was the last time you did something for pleasure? I'm not against pleasure per se, but I truly believe that we need to understand the difference between pleasure, joy, and happiness. Should you have a partner and should you be in relationship? That's a very, very, very big topic, but I would love to start from one most important question that you need to answer before moving to other questions. Should you be in a relationship and should you have a partner? Part 2. Yesterday we were talking about that a lot of times people choose a bad partner because they don't love themselves. In 2016, I moved from Lithuania to Canada, Vancouver, BC. And of course, there was a lot of changes I needed to overcome. To make a decision is very important, but so many people delayed to make a decision because they don't know how that will look like. There is a saying that when you start something, you need to have an ending in mind. So we need to begin with an ending in mind. There's 4 ways to make money. You can be employee, you can be self-employed or small business owner, you can be a business owner or big business owner, and you can be an investor. Yesterday we were talking about 4 ways to make money. Of course, you can be employee, you can be self-employed, you can be business owner, and you can be investor. Yesterday we were talking about 4 intelligence. So that means IQ, it's knowledge intelligence, EQ, emotional intelligence, SQ, social intelligence, and AQ, diversity intelligence. Yesterday we were talking about employee and self-employed, what kind of intelligence you need to have to succeed in those paths. And today we will speak about business owner and investor, what kind of intelligence you need to have to succeed in those paths. What separates successful people and unsuccessful people? Now there's a lot of different topics to touch regarding this topic, but today I want to talk about the understanding of investment. Why so many entrepreneurs, especially first-time entrepreneurs, are feeling so lonely? Today I'll speak about who you are. No, to be honest, I will speak about who you are not. Daily habits. Have you ever thought about how many things do you do daily that is built by habit? Today I want to speak about dirt, failure, mistakes, all the difficulties, people bad-mouthing about you. Today I want to speak about 5 things that is very, very important to really live a joyful and grateful life. Today I want to speak about business, about money, and about successful business. Yesterday we started speaking about ideal business, what that ideal business could look like. Last couple of days we were chatting about ideal business, how to measure if your idea, a business idea, is worth investing your time. Because a lot of times your business idea could be not providing the lifestyle that you want. Never enough. There's a lot of people who think that there is a glass always half empty. There's a lot of people who think that there is never enough, and there's a lot of people who think that there is always more than enough. Who is the biggest enemy of your future? Who is the person or a group of people could make the biggest damage for your future dreams? There are a few words that potentially could be sabotaging you. Now, when you think about learning, growing, and getting better, investing, a lot of times people think investing as one thing. Basically investing in Forex, investing in stocks, investing in real estate. Today's topic is very, very, very interesting for me. It's a mind. Mind is such a powerful tool, and a lot of times people underutilize the power of the mind.